Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been around for a while, but obviously because of lockdown and everything, I decided to just concentrate on my family for a while. So this is the first video of 2021, and hopefully I'm going to carry on recording my videos and attempting to do voiceovers, so bear with me. So I've started doing A4 layouts now, just because I'm not keen on the white space in a 12 by 12, and I've actually done now 2 albums of A4 layouts, and I'm really enjoying it. So today's layout, I'm just using a Vicky Boutin stencil and putting through some Vicky Boutin texture paste, which is lovely paste to use. It's super smooth and really easy to use. So yeah, just put that through the stencil and that's the end result. Lovely result. So just while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to back my photos onto some white card. Nothing extravagant. I always like to have a white border, but using the selfie, it doesn't always cut the full photograph. It cuts an edge off. So I just like to cut the photo out and just mount it onto some white cardstock. Plus also, if you're using non-acid free tape, it doesn't damage the photographs, which obviously products that are acid free, they can damage your photographs eventually over the years. So yeah, just backing these photographs onto some white cardstock. Now the texture paste has dried, I'm just adding some wood grain pattern paper at the top and the bottom with a torn edge, just because obviously the horse is in a stable, and it just really accentuates the wooden stable top and the bottom. I have picked out some embellishments already. A lot of them are old stash cocoa vanilla chipboard pieces, and it was these photographs were good 7 years ago now, but I've always loved horse riding, and this horse was called Sally, so she seemed perfect to ride. She was a lovely horse, and yeah, so now I'm just backing the photographs onto some more of the wood grain paper, just to give it a wood grain border, just to make them stand out a bit more. And what I am going to do is, with the larger photo, I'm going to pop it up onto some foam tape. And one thing you've always got to remember when sticking onto texture paste is you need to use liquid adhesive. So I'm going to use a liquid glue, PVA glue, to stick that down. I'm just popping some more layers behind the photos, and then just seeing where I want to put the embellishments before I stick everything down. I've used my tab punch just to punch some tabs in coordinating colours. I've gone for blue and pink because the hat that I'm wearing is blue and pink, so I thought the blue and pink would look nice, the navy blue. And I also went for grey as well, just purely because I found some little bits in my stash that I thought really went with the photos, and they looked really nice together, especially with the navy and the pink. So yeah, these are old. That love this is an old cocoa vanilla chipboard piece, and that little phrase there is a L Studio chipboard piece. Oh, got my thread caught onto another layout there. Just doing some thread cluster to go behind the little grey star flare, which is from Dotty About Flare, a new company on Facebook. Lovely lady who is admin for Flop Facebook group. She started her own business last year, sorry, and they make lovely little embellishments for your scrapbook layouts. All sorts of patterns, all different colours. So what I do always do is I do always distress my edges of my paper and things. I was going to use that full card and then decided against it. Just thought I might just chop a bit off and just pop it behind the photo, just so you can see the pink popping behind the large photo there on the left, and then another tab that I punched out with my tab punch. Some little chipboard card, love hearts, and some navy blue sequins on there as well. So yeah, I'm liking the way that's looking. So now I'm going to stick everything down, and like I say, this is going to be stuck down on some foam tape just to give it a bit of dimension, and I will use some glue to stick that down onto the texture paste, because trying to get double-sided tape to stick onto texture paste, it just doesn't work. So yeah, I had a few problems with my glue here. It kept blocking up, so I just have to keep having to clear it. It's a good glue when it works, but you know what these things are like. They don't always go to plan when you want them to. But got there eventually. So just getting that ready to stick down. There we go. Putting the big photo on the left hand side, and then the two smaller photos on the right hand side. Just putting some double-sided tape on the back just to stick them embellishments in place. And then I'll do the same with that as well. The two smaller photos on the right are going to be flat to the paper, but again using the wet glue to stick that down onto the texture paste. I like to have everything laid out to see how it looks before I stick everything down. I did struggle with this one, to be honest. Once I got it all laid out, there's just something missing before I added the wood grain at the top and the bottom. I'm not a lover of white space, so all that white space at the bottom was a bit intimidating, and I originally thought there might have been something missing. So I decided to add the wood grain. The last part was the wood grain once I'd laid it all out. And once I got the wood grain pieces at the top and the bottom, I was quite happy with it, and I thought I'll just go with it, go with the white space and see how it looks. New year, new challenges. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this one turned out. So just a little cluster of navy blue thread, blob glue on, and then stick the flare on the top, and the thread just sits round on the outside and just hangs down. So yeah, how's everybody been doing with all this COVID thing going on? Hope everyone's stayed safe and kept themselves busy crafting. I've had a 2-year-old to look after, and two teenagers to look after when we was in lockdown. Obviously the other two went back to school, which was a bit scary, sending them back to school. My middle son, he had to isolate for 14 days because he was in touch with the COVID positive girl at school, but luckily he showed no symptoms and was able to go back after the 14 days, which is great. So yeah, I'm just going to add the title and some journaling on here. I couldn't make the full title with the letters, so I just handwrote little bits in, went over it a couple of times, and I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, just going to add some journaling in here now. Just a few lines, pencil lines, just to keep my journaling straight, and then I'll use a fine liner pen just to write my journaling in. And yeah, quite pleased with how that's looking. So I'm never very good with journaling. I'm never happy once I've journaled on my layouts. I always think it spoils it somehow. And this card was very hard to write on as well, because it's textured. It's Paper Mania textured cardstock, and it wasn't the easiest to write on. But yeah, that little bit of writing there just to keep the memory alive, so you can look back on it in years to come. So yeah, after that bit of journaling, that's the layout complete. So if you have any questions, or if you just want to drop me a comment in the box below, feel free. And I do hope to be making more videos for you, and let me know what you think to the voiceover. Do you prefer the voiceover, or do you prefer the writing across the bottom? Thanks again. See you soon. Bye for now.